Hello! Nextlander, remap, Volgarr. We're back.
Yeah.
Is this the final chapter?
Maybe.
This is the longest we've gone in between doing one of these streams. So I think we're only going to exaggerate the period in which, what do these buttons do again? Because I'm strict. I don't touch this controller. I don't touch this game in between. And so it's a new journey every time. Who will be the first person to die and ask the group, how does the checkpointing in this game work again?
We haven't done this year, have we? Is this like 2 months now?
Is this the...
I feel like we did one in January.
Oh, yeah.
We did do one in January. We did do one in January. And
What is 2020?
so you're watching, like, these have happened at sort of like sporadic times over the past couple of months, but if you're tuning in for the first time, it's Brad and I racing through Volgarr the Viking 1 and 2. Brad had a significant lead on me. I caught up. Then I had a significant lead in 2, and Brad's just a little bit behind me. I think I have a bit of a lead, but
I think I'm 1 level behind you. I think you're on 5-2.
you're 1 level.
5-1?
Yeah.
I think.
You made it out of the water, also known as the spot where this stream feature might have ended. Brad would just refuse to reject the calendar invite. I'm not coming on. I'm not going to that water again. But you made it through. And now we are a decent ways into Volgarr the Viking 2. Alex, Vinny, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
I'm doing just fine. Vinny, I need to talk to you for a moment here. Congratulations. Congratulations on the Turkish hair plugs. I'm glad you finally went along with it and got it done. A little more
Brad, I'm gonna jump in
than I thought the look was going to be, but hey, it's working for you.
They only did the sides, not the top, so that's why I got the hat. Yeah. Look, they're expensive. Okay, it's expensive.
You're gonna take a few more trips to Istanbul, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Not Constantinople.
I was expecting some kind of Jay Mascis joke here. I'm a little disappointed.
Yes. I feel the
I gotta
pain of
build
everyone.
up to the Dinosaur Jr. stuff, okay? Like that's the later material. You don't open with the showstopper.
Fair. I guess we're just in it. We just,
you
started.
It's happening.
Okay, wait. So what I'm gonna ask, I say no to continue, and then go back in, and then I start.
You're the one. You're the
right?
We hit it. It was Patrick.
I died first. I think I don't continue, right? That's what I
think you don't continue if you want to pick up at your checkpoint, but with one life.
That's yes.
Right.
Oh my God! Wow, this level sucks already.
Oh, right, because you have the guy. Yes, you have the scythes are a problem.
I think I want to say I had just gotten to this level when we left off last time. Like I haven't really seen any of this yet. There's also these assholes with these big green rings.
Oh yeah, the donuts.
The forbidden
donuts.
Okay.
Not my favorite enemy type.
Oh.
Does it follow the hole, not the donut? It's,
yeah, keep your eye on the donut, not the hole.
Okay.
Oh, not this asshole again.
I remember all of this.
Fuck.
Ah,
cool.
Fuck,
I don't
man.
Roll through him.
All of it.
Rolling right through him.
Patrick, what would you say is your favorite enemy? Putting you on the spot.
That's a great question. I don't.
What is this?
Who was the? It wasn't an enemy that would reverse your controls, right? That was like something you would. You had to like defeat a tree.
It was one of those witch spells, like the little kind of. Fuck.
Man, I remember there was a sequence where Brad and I both had a ton of trouble, where you're navigating like these bats, and then your control reverses, and you have some platforms. It's one of the gnarliest parts of the game.
It was those little like witch totems they would throw down.
Yes.
Hey,
One of those
Vinny,
would do the reversal.
Vinny found a new enemy, the sun.
Are you being raptured? What is going on over there?
I'm ascending. Oh. Oh, I got a real look.
I'm fucked. Do we know definitively how many levels there are?
You don't.
know,
I'm
but
in
I don't-
I'm in a very menacing castle.
Okay. I think I know, but I'm not 100%.
I do think you're closer to the end than not.
Well, that's satisfying to know.
I
That would
think
be
the Medicine
terrible if it was
Castle
what I have.
is maybe last, right?
You
I
would
feel
think.
like we thought it was last, given
I want to say I got to a place in this level where like there were weird tentacles. Yeah, this stuff.
sure.
What
yeah.
the
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, this has
Oh, it's yeah. I
end,
guess.
end of game.
Gigax.
Fuck. Oh my
Yeah.
god. This tremendously sucks. Oof.
I mean, let's zoom in here for a second. Let's see.
That's the spirit of what we're doing here.
Yeah, I believe Brad, there was a in the area that you're in was one of the times I've encountered in this game where I made it to a couple checkpoints in and said, "This is fucked. I need to start
Yep.
over. Like I'm not powerful enough." And it was the right decision, and I came through it much better off.
Yep.
But it was a very frustrating place to be. Where it's like, well, to take a step forward, I must take many steps back.
Yeah, lack of flame sword might be a problem here. God, this is.
I need to start over. I'm not powerful enough. Is basically every week when I say I'm going to start my diet.
Oh no. Too real.
Yeah.
Developed the willpower yet? No? Okay. Next week.
That has been my 2025.
Yeah.
I need to start over. I'm not powerful enough yet.
Get back in the the hyperbolic chamber for a little while.
Yeah. I need to
Hyperbolic time chamber.
There you go.
train with like slices of pizza tied around my ankles. I don't know.
Yeah, just put the
my
heaviest
wi-
hoodie you have on.
Oh shit! Oh, it's close. Oh fuck! Oh wait, hang on. That was an idea.
Okay,
Or
that
not.
is. I just wanted. That is the Volgarr the Viking arc encapsulated in about 10 seconds. Like, oh fuck, shit, huh?
No wait, fuck.
And also that realization a couple moments later.
Oh, what the god? Fuck.
Sounds like it's going great.
Cool painting. Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Kier Egan.
No spoilers. I'm not seeing the new episode.
No, I'm not telling. Look, I'm have not watched all of season 2 yet. I'm not here to spoil anything. I'm just mentioning a character. It's fine. A guy you see in Portrait mostly.
Oh shit. Okay. Just made a breakthrough.
Ooh.
That's what we like to hear.
Got cold again today.
Yeah.
Warm, and then it got cold again.
We've had multiple
And this has been
days
Vinny's
this
weather
week
report.
where it's well, someone had to pick up where David Lynch left off. Like, why not Vinny?
Damn. Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck. How do you, man? I don't even know how to deal. I don't even know how to
do you
deal with
win?
multiple Reavers. Like two Reavers at one time just seems not.
It
doable.
sucks. It sucks. What would I'm trying to think what. So the sequence you're in, like those became some of the most challenging sequences in that level. What I would say, Brad, is part of what you're trying to do there is get to that using throwing arrows from off screen to do as much damage ahead as you can to try and filter them out, because dealing with two of them is the way they scatter amongst the screen is just really challenging. But
Yeah, it's
I think in
impossible.
one of the sequences, some of the sequences you're in that stage, if you have multiple ones, I did find ways to like reduce it to a one-on-one to at least like make it more of a fair fight.
All right.
Patrick, I'm reminded in our chat that maybe you have played through or some of Lost Records, Blue.
I have. Yes, I have. No,
we are
I'm all
currently
Bloom these days.
Lumen Rage.
we are currently blooming. Probably maybe an hour from the end or so. No spoilers, but does anything ever happen in that game?
I was gonna say, Vinny,
Wow.
like really interesting
Wow.
choice for a stream game. A game where lots of stuff happens. Progression is just, woo! Can't wait to see what happens next.
We have traditionally
Open the damn
done those
box.
don't nod games, okay? And traditionally, stuff happens in them.
Traditionally.
Traditionally.
Just all that's happening
Traditionally.
is characters. It's like the USA Network.
It's all about
You're saying this is Blue
matter.
Sky Television?
I did not. There are lots of things I liked about Lost Records, which is usually the thing you say before you say it's a thing you didn't like very much, and that's kind of where I came down on Lost Records. I like a lot of the ideas they had for it, and I'm rooting for part 2. There's some stuff you're going to encounter in the final hour that, for me, revealed structurally, I don't understand why you told this story the way that you did.
Okay.
And I'm hoping from a pacing perspective that stuff can get a little better in part 2. But I really like the characters. It looks gorgeous. I didn't rush through it, so it wasn't like the kind of classic game reviewer problem of like, well, a game that was meant to be played slow, you rushed your ass through it and then
Yeah.
didn't
You
get to
missed all
enjoy
the
the
good
pacing
stuff.
I luxuriously spent like 8-9 hours playing that game, and it's not a good, like, I think I played a bunch of it on PlayStation Portal, and like it's not a good situation when I'm propping up my legs with the PlayStation Portal and then opening up my phone and going, I think I'd rather doom scroll for the next couple of minutes rather than like listen to this dialogue.
Oh my
and that
God.
happened to me sometimes in Lost Records.
Our problem is it always seems like something's about to happen and then it totally does not happen. Like there's like fake outs where you're like, oh, here we go. Okay, finally, folks, here it is. We're in the whatever their next thing is going to be, and then it's like, oh my gosh. So where we left off, again, no spoilers, but we are standing. The crew is standing in front of in the woods, in front of let's just say, for lack of a better word, a big hole.
A hole? A hole? A hole. I know exactly where you are.
And that's where we left
damn it.
off. There is still a box
really?
on the table, an unopened box.
Yeah. Yep. What's in the box? Everybody
We'll never
wants to know.
We'll never know.
No, I need to hear more about this girl's influencer career and also go buy several more drinks before they open the box.
Oh my God.
Pam and the bartender are the only people keeping me going right now, okay? I just
Yeah.
I want to hear more about their weird conspiracy theories and ghost hunting and whatever they do.
I want to watch that man fiddle with a cash register for another 15 minutes.
This shit, man.
Patrick, you seem to be fighting something of some note.
Yeah, I was fighting a boss who is both familiar and unfamiliar, and then a big laser killed me.
The old boss laser.
The old boss laser.
Dude, these Reapers being able to literally juke your sword, like you can hit them and they just disintegrate through it, is such fucking
not good.
shit.
Not good.
Guy looks familiar, Patrick.
Oh yeah.
It does look familiar.
Oh, it's the
right?
Witch King of Agrimar.
Right.
Is he the
of course.
first boss you fought somewhere?
That's,
He might have been
that's
the boss.
Angmar, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think it was a boss from the first game.
Yeah, I think so.
How great would it be if this were just a boss rush from all the bosses from the first game?
Including the
Pretty
first
great.
game, which you have not had to see in this game up to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think if I was a skeleton wizard of some note or renown, I would have a helmet just like that. It's the only way you can really pull one of those off.
Well, that's...
Ow.
Oh, look. Is he summoning bosses from the first game?
You're giving him high blood pressure. Keep hitting him.
Oh, his cholesterol's bad too?
He's got
Now I
hypertension
feel-
up the ass.
Oomphy.
Now I feel bad for him.
Oh, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. I don't know how to... Okay, maybe I do know. There's one move I can't figure out how to not get hit by it at that boss.
Oh my god.
Is
what
it the
fuck
big
was
laser?
The big boss? No, the boss before.
Oh, okay.
The large laser.
Is it the thing that keeps killing you?
See, okay, so do I need to...
You have to be in the middle.
Yeah, that's
Well,
gotta
no,
be a
not
duck move.
here.
Yeah.
No, but there... When he does the first sweep, that's not true.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you just said needed to be ducked. Oh.
See? See down there? Like, that first sweep across...
Interesting.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Damn it.
As my son would say, I should say.
So you can't jump...
Are you gonna take this shit? You're getting insulted by a guy who runs a head shop.
Okay.
Oh.
Nope. That's gonna end it.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Man, so if you're not in the right spot when that starts, you're just out of luck.
No, you're. Well, yeah. Well, there is a predictability to it. Basically,
Yeah.
if it's going clockwise and you're on the left, you'll be okay. If it's going counterclockwise and you're on the right, you should be okay.
Can you roll through it?
I think it was the same these two last times too, so the first openers might be.
Could I iframe this? That's a good question.
I don't know.
That's a good question. Let's try and iframe it. Nope, you cannot. You cannot iframe it. Answer is no.
Nice.
So I think that's. I guess that's.
Yeah.
What I here. Fuck that up. I'll fuck this up again. Oh, I fucked the whole thing up.
Oh, you could block that.
Yeah. Block what?
The green orbs. I think one just,
really?
Yeah, one just bounced off your shield.
Oh, shield tech.
Fuck.
Oh, messed this up. Oh, nope. Rolled the wrong way.
nope,
God
nope.
damn it.
Like, there's no way this is even the final form, right?
I'm assuming that it's three forms.
Yeah. This is form 2. I feel like he's gonna get bigger and meaner and harder to avoid.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Also,
happening.
apparently, cat's eyes are attacking you
Can you
now.
block those? Can you block the cat's eyes?
What's the real block tech like?
Well, you can block basically any projectile. I think that's more or less how Volgarr works.
Nice.
Bah!
Damn it. So he comes across twice.
Oh, I
Third
fucked
time
that up.
here.
Nope. God damn it.
All right. Okay. All right. Progress.
You're gonna want to go left, right? Yeah. I think those first two are set. It feels like it's been the same each time.
Okay. So left, right. Oh, asshole. I think those are set too. All right, you can. Okay, you can block those.
If you're in the right position.
Yeah.
Little finger.
Yeah. Importantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
off.
Oh.
Oh.
That's new.
Another-
This is a new thing.
It's another boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think right, left is.
Oh.
It's me.
The false Volgarr.
All right.
A false
You
car.
gotta. Alex, you have to be correct. What?
Yeah, no, don't fight that chest. Don't trust it.
All right. Well, Brad, I have another orb. I
Okay.
have another orb. Orb acquired.
All right. Wait.
I don't
so
think that
not
was the end, though.
I don't.
Shit.
The way
I thought you were
Volgarr
almost-
Viking, the way Volgarr the Viking 1 finished was like you finished the whatever you were collecting. You did the stages, and there was a final boss.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to presume that is what's going to happen here as well.
What the?
Yeah, nothing about that boss screamed to me, this is the final encounter.
No, that should look. Am I sitting here advocating for this game to be harder?
Yes.
No. Should that boss have had a third? Should that boss have had a third phase? I think it
Maybe.
should have. I think
Yeah.
it should have.
Maybe this is it coming up.
After
Was people in
countless
our
battles
chat, by
and
the
a heavy
way.
toll on his soul, Volgarr confronts Fracas for the final time. Despite his weariness, Volgarr summons the last of his strength to defeat the maleficent Leash. Leash?
Lich. It's a
I don't know.
lich.
Help
It's
me
a
with
lich.
my poor pronunciation. Yet, as he gazes upon the defeated enemy, an ominous gust of wind whispers ancient prophecies, hinting at a darkness far greater than Fracas. Volgarr is filled with a sense of impending doom, followed by a commanding voice in his head, leaving the feeling as if he is no longer in control. My champion, your transformation is complete. Return to me so that we may rule the 9 realms.
Bad ending, zombie Volgarr.
Did I just beat the game? Did I just beat the game and get the bad ending?
Bad
Jesus.
ending, zombie
I
Volgarr.
win!
Oh my
I
god.
win!
Wait. We're free?
Really? I win!
We're free. Wait, we're free.
We're free.
I win! Victorious in the most unsatisfying way!
All right.
Congratulations. Well fought.
You didn't even fight Fracas.
Can you control Volgarr? Go fight these guys on the edge of the
Yeah,
screen.
go smack him.
Ah.
Yeah,
Wait,
get
so
out
is
there,
I
Volgarr.
wonder is the actual last boss like do you have to get the good ending to fight the full last boss or something?
Probably.
There are
right?
secret bosses in the first game.
Right.
So I presume that is what has happened here as well. Chonky Chad.
Technically,
We're
a bad
getting
ending
names.
is an ending.
Chonky
Hold on.
Chad.
Chonky Chad. Creepy Crawler Ken. Brogar.
Brogar.
Well, you can't kill Brogar.
Boots of the Bifrost.
Fuck me.
Mr. Huggles. That's the name of that little spiky crab. Squid-napped Bert. The guy
Yeah.
with the squid on his face. Oh, I missed it!
No.
Gangplank, something or other.
Flogger Kermite. Damn it. Okay, I gotta stop using that downward attack.
Yeah, just do one attack at a time, man.
Ooh, the tickler.
Missing vital information here.
Bader.
The French
Yeah.
tickler.
Captain Killamari.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty good.
That's good.
Hang on, I'm writing that one down.
Tears Velder? Widower. Okay. I am Brute. Boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boo. I'm a dad and I'm booing you.
Yeah.
Thornet.
Ooh.
Dandruffle.
Dandruffle. Okay. Okay. Tree.
Oh, what?
Winifred. And Sarah. And Mary.
Lilith.
Okay.
Maris.
Are we?
Oh,
Missing part of
Falcon.
your- right?
Oh, are you?
D's.
Slightly, it looks like. Maybe on my
Let's
end.
see if
though.
that's on my end. I think it's on your end.
Yeah.
Sky Knight. Scomper.
Oh, you're getting surrounded now.
Who's this big boy? Who's the big boy?
Oh my god.
Handsy.
Blight Knight.
I bought a Baldur's Skullborg last time I was at IKEA.
Shy Humud.
Shy Humu.
Okay,
Shy
that's not
Halu.
bad.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all right. I'll give him that one.
Doom Knight, Blood Knight. Okay. Sharon
Karen's
Jr.
getting the kids involved.
Fracas the Damned. More like Fracas the should have had a third phase.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, you hear that, Fracas? You hear that, Fracas?
Oh, what the fuck?
I think it's weird that they, like in the spider boss, they don't level you up. Like you have to just kind of get there with what you've got, and then the final boss, I had everything. Because if I'd gotten there a little weaker, it would have added a little more tension, I think. But whatever, I'm free of the fucking curse.
It's true, you did it.
No, wait.
Yeah, thank you for-
Aren't you cursed? You're cursed.
Thank
You're
you for
cursed, not
playing.
Oh my
cursed.
god, man.
Ending received F. Because I am finished. I am finished
right.
with
Uh-huh,
Volgarr
that's
the
right.
Viking 1 and
Yes.
2. That's not
F for
enough
finish.
failure. That is finishing
that's-
the task.
Yeah, you're
That's
finished,
F
all
for
right.
fucking done.
Your career is over.
Let's see, what are the conditions for
Yeah. Look up the other
Volgarr
endings.
Viking to good ending?
Is it like never get the zombie mode?
I'm
I
sure
think that's it.
part of it.
That
I'm
has
pretty
to
sure
be
that
it.
was, especially at least before they patched it. Like if you became a zombie, you had to start over. Dude, come on.
And that's like no continues? Or
Oh
like
my
one
god.
continue?
I can't remember.
Thank you, Alice
There's
Forever
less
Cemetery,
written-
for donating 10 subs.
There's less written about the sequel. The sequel didn't hit as hard as the original game.
There was also
You mean
some
like
distance between them.
Sales wise,
Yeah.
or
Well, I just mean like in terms, like I just heard much more about the original game than the
Yeah.
sequel. Like I can't, every time I'm looking for ending guides, I can't find anything for the second game. I'm only finding the first game. Let's see, maybe is there something in the love to go to the message boards on Steam. That's where the good stuff lives. From this is a really good topic of discussion in the message board. All my homies hate this Grim Reaper floaty guy. Fuck this dude.
weird. Weird.
Got no love for the Grim Reaper.
No, apparently not. There are 6 endings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see.
FEDCBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This checks
So
out.
you literally got the worst ending.
There are 6 endings. This is a developer in the chat or in the thread. 6 endings are tied to how many continues you end up using. And then they follow up. I should be more specific. 5 of them are directly tied to continue counts. 1 of them is tied to a failure event in the secret world.
What secret world? You didn't finish this game.
What?
So, man, this is brutal. F ending. 6 continues.
What?
Jesus.
5 continues.
Well, but we learned too
D
that.
ending. 4 continues. 3 ending. So, like, could you use the continue loot, like the exploit, like the say? Well,
Right.
If you said no to continue and then picked up from the checkpoint, couldn't you brute force your way to
Yeah. But
like
it's
a no continue state?
usually when you've lost at that point, it's because you're not in a good position.
Right.
But maybe that's
Right.
also like you can't get that unless you go to the secret world.
How do I get to this Volgarr
Oh, what the?
The secret world.
to secret world?
I can't believe that just happened.
How you making out there, Brad?
Just-
It's chugging along.
I'm getting there.
Look, if you were to get to the end here and get a better ending, I think that's good.
Wait. I was gonna say, Patrick, leave up your stats. Can you see those again?
You had 22.
I can go to the archive and
It
take
was like 22, right? Yeah.
He was 22.
Yeah.
But I had all that treasure, you know? So, I mean...
Right.
Can't take it with you.
No, you can't.
It's almost like treasure is fleeting and pointless.
Vinny, are you playing Split Fiction with your kids at all? Are those
am.
games like a hit in your house?
Yeah, totally. I really enjoy it, which is funny too because I'm playing. There's like a weird mix of I'm playing with my daughter, and she plays Mio and I play Zoe, and I'm playing with my son, where I play Zoe and he plays Mio, and then they play together. So we're all trying to. Yeah, and then so we're all trying to keep around the same-ish, because they don't get screens during the week, but I made an exception to play this game. So we've just been keeping pace during this week to play it.
When you can
That's
help
cool.
Dad with
That's
his
really
work,
neat.
you can be on a screen.
Yeah, totally. And my daughter knows that full well and takes advantage of it.
Did they play
got-
It Takes Two, or is this the first time that they're playing one of these
they
games?
really liked It Takes Two. They played it all the time. My daughter actually, my son got so sick of it because she wanted to keep playing it over and over and over and over again with him. He got super sick of it. Are you guys playing it in the house?
Yeah, so I talked about this a little bit on Remap Radio, but I couldn't get anyone to play It Takes Two with me. And like I sort of missed the boat on like doing it for work, and then my wife, she played like 45 minutes with me, and she's like, I don't really play video games, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I thought maybe this one would be different, but it was not.
No.
And then tried to wait until my oldest was old enough for it, and one, she had a little bit of trouble with like the jump dash, like it just didn't quite click for her. This is like like a couple of months ago, but then after I got past the opening cutscene, which is like pretty lengthy, she turned to me and said, "Why are we playing a video game about parents getting divorced?" I was like, "That's it's a fair." It's like that's I don't want to think about you and mom like separating. I was like, "So do you want to play this game?" She's like, "Not really." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fair point." I didn't really consider that when booting it up. But we have played the first. We're up to the land shark section of Split Fiction, so still pretty like early, but she's really taken to it, and like we've had a lot of fun with it, and it helps because I didn't play enough It Takes Two to know how different this is, but in Split Fiction, like I can do a decent amount of carrying for her, where it's like if she's struggling during a sequence, I can sort of just survive while she figures it out. So there are some sequences where we've swapped controllers, where like when you're in one of the Cyber Ninja sequences where one character, she ended up being the character that has to like grab the stuff in the air and then throw it at like the cop car that's chasing you. Yeah, while bombs are raining down on you. She's like, she's like, I'm barely remembering to grab the stuff and then find the cop car, and by the time I do that, I've died. So we've switched controllers a couple of times for sequences like that. Frankly, I wish I could just turn off death for her, like in the game. Like
it's pretty generous. It's pretty generous.
It is pretty generous. It is pretty generous. Yeah.
As long as
she has learned how to hit triangle to get back in the game really quickly. Is what she's learned.
So like when I play with my daughter, I play very cooperatively, and we like, hey, okay, awesome, help me out here. When I play with my son, we play very aggressively, and we just race to see who can get to the next, like, where you have to wait for the other person the most, and are just like, what's wrong? He's like, come on. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, look, you fell in the hole. Looks like you suck more than your dad. So that's it's very different way of playing, but also both very fun. I actually think that game keeps getting more and more interesting as we go. There's a part.
I've heard the side stuff is really neat too.
Yeah, the side stuff is good. I was kind of worried they might run out of steam, but it's good.
We stopped just outside of a side thing that I saw my friends play last night that I wish we had streamed.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, I mean, have you done the pig one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The pig one's so good.
It's so funny. It's ridiculous.
I've heard people mention the pig, but I
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I've
felt
not
like a
seen that
turning
sequence
point
myself.
in the vibes. Like everyone was kind of low vibes on the game that night as everyone was kind of watching our two friends play it, and then we were like, oh, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
Vinny, I had a sequence where so my oldest is there's a sequence we have to like climb up a ladder, and the other character has to like open up like these claws, like gates to like let you get through. And you cannot like, and many times in this game, like you can sort of squeak by like this. I need her to open the gate so I can walk through, and I don't have a choice. And it was a moment where like the controls really started kind of clicking for her, and she goes, "Oh, so you can't move unless I let you through?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." She's like, "Okay, I want $20." I'm like, "You want what?"
What?
She's like, "Do you want to keep playing the game? Don't you have to do this for work?" I was like, "Excuse me?"
Wow.
She's
Extortion.
like, all right. She goes, "Well, okay, $20. Okay, maybe that's too much. Like $1." I was like, $1? I was like, "Fine, $1 so I can pay. I'll pay the toll to get through the
No,
gate."
you gave in.
And then I got through, and there was another gate. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
looks like you've hit another toll." I was like, I thought I paid for the toll." She's like, "No, that's not how tolls work. You pay at the next
Wow.
one." I'm like, "Oh, son of a bitch." Okay,
Wow.
$2, and so for $2, I made it through. I made it through the toll. I gave in to the extortion.
Spectacular.
Wow.
Vinny's out here. Kids can't use the screens during the week. I'm indulging my children extorting me to make it through a
Paying 'em.
sequence in a game. You know, parenting is a spectrum.
Well, they're
Look,
contractors, right? Like
You, Patrick, are raising your children. You are raising your children for the grift economy they will face.
That's fair.
true.
That's fair.
You're teaching them
That's
how to
fair.
thrive in the world we are faced with, whereas Vinny is teaching his children to be good, which is going to be less than fucking useless.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Your kids are going to be like, counting their money while my kids are holding up their little signs that say, "It's just not right," but not talking.
Yep.
Just
My kids will be filming your kids at the protest. Like, they're not participating in the protest. They're just there like, "Hey, like,
hey.
we're here at the protest. Like, look at these
Like and
kids. Like,
subscribe.
what
Yeah.
like and subscribe." Yeah. I mean, like, the two of them, a couple of weeks back, they got very into seeing the Sonic movies, so we watched them all kind of back to back because my youngest got invited to a birthday party to go see the third one. And so my oldest, one of her favorite videos to watch is she's a big drawer, and so she likes to watch those like tutorial videos where it's like, and we'll put them on like half speed, and she'll sit and like follow the instructions and do that. And she's like, "I want to film my sister, and like we're gonna do a Sonic one." And I was like, "Okay, but like the rules. Like you guys could pretend that you're doing a YouTube video. I'll share it with friends and family. We're not like publishing
Put it
the
on
video."
YouTube. Yeah.
And I could lie to her about, like, I've told her in the past, like, "Yeah, I published it on YouTube." And then she got old enough. She's like, "Dad, I know you're not doing this." All right, okay, I guess I'll just tell you that I'm not doing it instead of lying about it. But they did the whole thing, like, set it up, like, she made little, like and subscribe buttons and, like, was directing her sister,
wow.
like, what to say. It was extremely cute. I think.
Wait, made like
What have we
and
done to our
subscribe
children?
buttons? Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, so I have some of her drawings over here. So, like, when she can't be on a device, she'll, like, her solution to that is to make a device. So, like, she's got, like, a phone
wow.
here with, like,
Yes.
little controls on it, and we got the camera in the back, we got a timer. We got this one over here. We've got apps,
Oh my
on
gosh.
here. So she does a lot of stuff, like this one is her playing Murder Mystery 2 in Roblox. So you can see we even have the faux analog stick and jump button over
wow.
here. What else? What's this last one I have with here? Oh, yep, and this is her doing some of the TikTok interface with the thumbs up. So that's a lot of what she does. Like she even when she's off screens, like she's like, well, I still want to pretend I'm on screens, and so she'll spend hours making elaborate like drawings and things of that. It's like it's like this seems healthy. Like you're happy and you're being creative.
Yeah, you're being creative, right? Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yes.
I loved this
eternal
section,
struggle.
Brad. I loved this section.
Oh yeah,
it's
great.
the red guy.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All the
blue
good
guy.
guys.
All the guys, they're all here.
Shit. Oh,
My son is like the only. He's 12, and he's now one of the very few who does not have a phone or a watch or some kind of thing. And so
I admire your ability to
we're
navigate
trying.
it that old. Yeah, it's not easy. Like the social
No.
pressure that exists like around you or around your kids is a lot. So I tip my hat to you on being able to hold the line. That
So
old.
he does have we gave him like one of our old Mac laptops, and so he is just he is now the friend who is like he can message their phones through the iChat on the laptop. So,
oh sure, yeah.
but it's sometimes, and I try not to like express this, but I am sometimes like on the weekend I'll be like, oh, did you message your friend about playing Helldivers? You know, like for this weekend. He's like, yeah, I messaged him earlier, and like the laptop's closed. I was like, you're just not going to check that. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess I should probably check. It's been about 3 hours. I'm like, oh, yeah, you should probably just check it. You know?
Yeah, you have no other way of getting this notification other than opening the screen of the,
Right.
of the laptop.
And like that's kind of amazing, but to me it's like you messaged him and then because he messages people, then closes the laptop and just goes does something else, right? And I'm like, that's kind of great. It's kind of great.
No,
like that's
Yeah.
not.
He does the thing that
kinda-
everyone who leaves a text on red pretends they're doing, which is that they send the text message and then fucking, they're putting their phone down for 3 or 4 hours, which is
Right.
absolutely not what's happening. He's just actually doing it.
He's actually doing it.
Yeah.
So that was our compromise: is he can join the like group chats from his friends have a lot of iPhones and stuff. He can join those, but from the iChat on his laptop. And so that's the compromise of like, okay, it's still you got to sit down and take out a laptop and do this, and there's not like constant phone stuff. And he's pretty good about it.
Yeah,
It's hard,
I
though.
feel like
It's hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, 6th grade is like seems to be the new line on that stuff. Like that is where the moment middle school starts, that appears to be where most kids are getting them these days. I'm hoping
right
some of
back.
this I'll just be able to avoid the biggest complications of, which are like it sounds like a lot of schools are pushing to have like if not ban them, then like better policies around
Yeah.
they get put away during the school day. I would have way less reservations about access to a phone if, like, because once it's in the house and I can lock it on a whim and, like, I have direct access to, like, what's going on, like, I stress way less about that. But it's the, if you're at school and getting distracted
Yes.
by it, that's the stuff that, that's where I feel like some of my most old headest about is just like, nah, you fuckers should have to put that in a bag when you walk into school and you can get it when you leave.
Our
but
kids
when
are.
you're-
It's backpacks. Yeah, phones have to go in backpacks and all that. But they all have Chromebooks, so they're all like
Right.
they all.
So, yeah,
they all
that's
have
what-
Chromebooks. Yeah, and they're all like they've all figured out every way to go and like play whatever bootleg version of Minecraft in a web browser they
Oh
they
my
want to
god!
play.
Every time my kid shows me that, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I remember when I had a TI 83 Plus and I was playing Drug Wars on my calculator during geometry. So like,
Yeah.
who am I to hate? Like, as long as you're getting the right marks back from school, my friend, go play Minecraft and just don't get caught.
Marks? What are you, Canadian?
Did you get a good
I'm
mark
worried
in
about
maths?
my marks.
Get your marks.
Get your marks.
See, that's subtly I'm trying to introduce her to more leftist ideas. But like I've got to come at it from a different way.
Marks
Like being
Mark.
Canadian?
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Shit, go.
The teachers can and I've told this to my kids since day one. They can all view the screens on the Chromebooks anytime they want. They could. And I'm like.
Yep.
And so he says occasionally that he'll just look over and a kid's got locked out of the Chromebook because they were like watching YouTube and like they don't make an announcement about it, but you could just see that he says he just sees the kid going, "Aw," just got like dinged, which I think is hilarious.
I think it was in my oldest is in 3rd grade now. When she was in 1st grade, the Pokemon. I know Pokemon trading cards are now even bigger, but like they were over COVID. Like a lot of that stuff was exploding, and that like leaked into the 1st graders. And so she asked to have Pokemon cards, even though she didn't want to know how to play. She just wanted them as like many kids. They just want to have a collection of things, even if it doesn't actually amount to. And so I was like, fine, okay. So yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, like Alex, I look at my, every time she's like, I just want some Pokemon cards to have them. It's like, well, Dad, why do you have all those scary movies up there? That fills a whole wall. It's like, well, because that's different, child. That's a collection. It's an archive. It's history. Anyway, so what happened was that she would bring them in, and it was mostly the boys in the class that had them. And I think it also helped her feel like in with like different crowds in the classroom. But the kids were trading, but then like. The trades weren't going well, and it was causing fights in the classroom. So her teacher sent a note home. It's like, hey, Pokemon cards, they're banned. They cannot come into the classroom. Like, it just hasn't gone over well. The kids cannot handle it, so just that stuff's got to stay at home. And so my daughter comes to me, and she's like, okay, I heard that I can't bring Pokemon cards anymore. She's like, I really like showing them to my friends on the bus. And I'm like, okay, look, here's the deal.
Fuck. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Good timing.
Like, I can't control what you do. Like, look, if you get caught with those cards, you're the one that gets in trouble. So if you want to put the cards in your backpack and take them out on the bus, you know what the rules are. You leave those, stay in the backpack, and they only come out in the bus. Like, if you go to school and you take those out, like, I want you to understand, like, those cards are going away. They're getting tossed out. So you can bend these rules. Your teacher doesn't know they're in your backpack, but just make sure that follow the letter of the law here. And she managed to a risk, and she did. She would come home feeling like a renegade though. She's like, no one knew I had those Pokemon cards in my backpack all day, and then I took those fuckers out on the bus, and I felt really
nice.
cool. And I was like, all right, good for you.
Nobody ratted her out.
Nobody ratted her out. I'm pretty sure she was taking them out at recess and stuff too. Like I got a sense that we were not keeping it on the bus, but I mean, kids sometimes the kids got to make their own mistakes.
You are taking your financial future into your own hands here. Do as you will. Those cards are what's going to put you through college.
Where are we at,
Okay,
Brad?
I'm going to say something here.
Yeah.
I made it to 5-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say beating 5-1 was my personal triumph.
Oh, right.
I don't think 5-2's that long though.
You can have
say
other personal triumphs.
Congratulations to Patrick
Okay.
on a
All right.
well-thought challenge.
Thank you.
I'm going to say there are other worlds yet to conquer.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I support this. Yeah.
Yeah.
A true champion has entered the ring.
That's right.
That's right. None of this baby stuff.
That, my friends, is how you do a pivot.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to watch me struggle through the same thing he just played through. But
Wow.
what if we take it all back to the beginning?
Struggle.
What if we take it all back to the beginning?
Man's first struggle.
That's right. I mean, this was in fact this was the first Breaking Brad stream we ever did.
What were you trying to achieve? An achievement?
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
for those just joining us.
There's one
Oh wow,
achievement.
take us back.
This is a well practiced spiel at this point. You can see that my first achievement in this game was over 19 years ago,
Oh my god.
and I'm missing one. I'm missing the survive to 1,000. So you have to score 1,000 without dying.
2006.
a million?
I was
Or a million,
still
a
in
million.
college. I had not moved to San Francisco at that point.
Yep. Anyway, I'm 99% sure if you refer back to Giant Bomb, Patrick was on the very first Breaking Bread stream, which was this game. I think. So,
Let's see.
welcome home.
I'm sure some
Bring it
historians
full
in the
circle.
chat.
Maybe that's what's been missing all this time.
That's right.
What's
right.
the one
Was Patrick's
achievement?
presence.
Close the loop.
What's the one achievement you don't have?
It's to
survive
get
to
a million.
A million.
You have to get a million points without dying.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
You've gotten to 800,000.
No, I've gotten to like 920 before.
Okay.
Oh.
Like coming up on the holiday break, I was actually getting pretty close.
Wait,
Go
like
ahead.
this
Talk-
most
talk
recent
yourself.
holiday break?
Yeah. I've kind of been.
You revisited. You've gone back.
Yeah. I've been playing.
We've
this a
streamed
lot
this.
lately. I should be
Oh,
clear.
okay.
I haven't been playing this game like consistently for 19 years. In my defense, like I went a good number of years without even thinking about it. But anyway,
But you get an itch every once in a while.
yeah, yes.
You gotta scratch that itch.
They have not re-released this specific version.
Oh,
In other
I've been banging that
formats,
drum
right? It's
for
all-
like. Yeah, I've been banging
all
that
the
drum for like a
sequels,
year.
right?
Yes, because this November is the 20th anniversary of the 360, and they should do a re-release of this game.
Well, did Microsoft, like, where do the rights land on?
They own it again because remember Activision owned
Right,
it for a
Activision
while.
did the sequels, right? Like Bizarre Creations
Yes.
didn't do the sequels; a different developer
Yeah,
did, right?
Or actually, like 3 was published under Sierra. I mean, it was still Activision technically, but it's been kind of all over
Right.
the place. But yes, since Microsoft bought Activision, they now own this game again.
Wow, well, come on. Bring back Hexen and bring back
Yep.
Geometry Wars.
Yes.
Look, Phil's really busy
I'm
right
done.
now. He has to
Can we-
explain to people why AI is important, all right?
Can we get
Jesus.
can we get cloning Clyde in 4K, please?
Oh my god. True history. Who is the developer of Cloning Clyde? Is that a Twisted Pixel game?
I don't think so. I I can't remember who made that.
No.
just-
That
it's
was
just the first
Twisted Pixel. That was Explosion Man, right? That was one of those early
Or like
arcade
the
games.
Maw. I think the Maw was their
Maw,
first one.
yeah.
It's the first one I remember.
I quite liked Explosion Man.
Yeah. Great soundtrack.
Okay. Well, not an amazing start, but anyway.
Takes a while to get going, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta wake your ass up.
There's an arc. There's an up and then there's a down.
I will listen to this music for an hour straight if we have to. I don't care.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of, I don't think I can hear this music, Kato. Could you give me this? Could you give me this music? And I'll exit Volgarr
yeah.
the Viking. I've just been here listening to the chants from Volgarr in the menu.
It's the same.
Whatever,
It's the same.
whatever gets you off, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there we go.
I need to hear Tibetan throat singing to feel anything. Oh, yeah, there you go. There it is.
Oh, I think I might be getting it twice now.
Are you hearing it too?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I'm.
no.
Yeah,
I see
I'm
what
hearing.
I see what I've done. Yes.
Listen, that's what's going to get you in the zone, all right?
But now I've lost it. There it is.
Yeah. I have to move you to a
I
different.
was wondering if that was
bus.
is that a sacrifice I would have to make? No music so that Brad does not have to hear it twice.
Nah, just to switch some audio buses around. No biggie. Now, the next time that we stream, Patrick, and something's wrong with the audio, though, remember this moment, because I will definitely have forgotten to put it back.
Okay. All right. All right. Vinny, you'll probably appreciate this story. So, I think I mentioned at some point in one of these previous streams, I redid some of my office. You know, I got this kind of the production setup and a writing setup now, and as part of that, it was like, oh, I'll do some like things you should do when you have a bunch of expensive equipment that I hadn't done before. Like, get a. Hold on. Question. Side note. You call it a UPS or an UPS?
I call it a UPS.
Yeah.
So you find UPS sacrilege?
No, I find it very funny though. I definitely was laughing at you, not with you. Yeah.
UPS is the power supply. UPS is the shipping company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, but wait, with this, as a result of the story I'm about to tell you, we kept referring to it as UPS and got a number of upset messages from people that were upset messages from people who, especially if they work in IT. We're like, please stop calling it that. Anyway, I've never had one before, and was like, you know what? I should probably get one for my production setup in the event that I'm recording a podcast, and if the power was to go out, I'd at least have enough time to save the file. So
heck yeah,
I looked up the most, like the company that was recommended to get those. I went online, I bought one, plugged it all in, everything works.
Yep.
Everything working fine, and then Kato has been very helpful in me working out the different gremlins in my setup as I went from a PC streaming everything to a Mac. Anyway, like he's kind of been very helpful in me figuring out all the little stuff that came out in my new setup, and we thought we had sorted pretty much most of them out. And then sometimes when I would stream with Kato, hours into the stream, usually, never happened right away, my power supply would make like a beeping noise. And I have a bunch of electrical issues in my house. How far did you get?
Did you not plug it in?
No.
Okay.
So I have the outlet that it's plugged into now was not grounded. We discovered that when I got some lights put in my office.
Oh, bummer.
And had to jump through some hoops to get it grounded because people in the house fucked up some. That's a whole separate story. But I got it grounded.
Yeah.
Whole separate thing. We got to get you on HOA sometime to talk through stuff like this. But
sure, I love it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, maybe there's an issue. Maybe the fact that it wasn't grounded, even though it's now grounded, maybe I'm drawing too much power from, like I can't draw enough from this outlet. Maybe it's just some other fucked up. I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to get an electrician. That's so annoying.
Did the display have anything, or is it a consistent beep or tone?
This one didn't have. It was a consistent tone.
Okay.
And it was like, maybe this is something that's happening as it draws enough power hours into a stream, and maybe it's like defaulting to the bad. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what it was, and we couldn't find any consistency with it. Yeah. And then I looked over, and the first idea we had was like, that doesn't look really snug into the outlet. Like, for whatever reason, the way the wires are, it looks like maybe over time it's kind of coming out. Maybe that's causing an issue, and sometimes it's trying to default to the battery, and it's like, buddy, I'm out of battery. Like, you're going to lose power because I haven't been in. Right. So I bought the snug plug. Now, the snug plug is...
That's some very seen on TV packaging you have there.
It is. Now, the snug plug is just a little piece of plastic. You can get it in a regular transparent form or in a
Patrick, are you selling me on the snug plug? Are you sponsored by the snug plug?
I don't know. He's not really selling me on it. The energy is not there. I need a little more Billy Mays from you.
Well, snug plug was not the solution to the problem, but it did make the outlet snugger into the outlet. So it didn't solve a problem, but it did do what it was supposed to do.
It solved the problem, but not the problem.
Not the problem.
Yeah.
It did snug the plug. It's just like a little piece of plastic that like you put in, and then you put the outlet on top, and if your like wires are giving any natural pull,
gotcha. It adds like a little like a little buffer.
It's like a little
behind the wall.
A little physical, a little physical resistance to like the outlet being pulled out. So I was like, maybe that's it. Put that in. Snug as a bug. It glows in the dark. What could be better than this?
What could be?
And then,
God.
then Kato and I, 3 weeks ago, one of the streams that we do fairly regularly is where we download a bunch of Steam Next Fest demos. We play them for 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
then we move on to the next one.
Wait, can I,
And-
before you go on, Patrick, I just because my mind is racing, right? As a homeowner, my mind is
Right.
racing to be like,
Sure.
I do have 2 questions.
Hit me.
Have you used this outlet for anything before?
So that's a good point. No, in my previous setup, this was on next to a table, and the only thing that it powered was a
Okay,
printer.
I'd like to solve the puzzle. Is it attached to a light switch? And somebody was turning off the light switch.
No.
Damn it!
It is not attached to a
That's
light
a good
switch.
one,
It's a
though.
good,
That's a
it's a
good
good,
Yeah,
good
that's
theory.
pretty-
It's a good theory.
All right, sorry, continue.
And so we got into this game that was like this small indie game, like 3D indie game about a alien abduction, like made in Unity. We kind of started it to sort of make fun of it, but then we were sort of charmed by it, like
Yeah.
halfway through, and we're pushing through, and a sequence happens, kind of an abduction sequence, and the motherfucking power supply starts beeping at me.
Okay.
What is going on? And so I unplugged. I went offline. Kato's still on stream. I swapped the plugs, and the issue went away. I'm like,
Same outlet?
I don't. Same outlet, but just swap. Like I have one. One of the plugs is to. What do you call them? Like not a. Like we plug a bunch of plugs in. I don't know why I'm like blanking on.
Surge protector?
like
Power strip.
Yeah.
Surge
Power
protector,
strip.
just power strip. So I have a power strip for a bunch of like non-essentials, right? Like the lights and things like that. And then the essentials are in the power supply. And for whatever reason, swapping where they were plugged in got me through to the end of the stream. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
But
that
it does
sounds
seem like I
infuriating.
need to. It does seem like I need an electrician. And so I'm like getting ready to get an electrician to come out. And we do one more stream with Kato where I swapped this. We have a stream that we do at Remap where I go down the new releases list on Steam, like the full shotgun, just like everything that gets added every day. And I just look at what's
you can't do
interesting.
that on Twitch. You're not allowed to. You'll get kicked off of Twitch.
Well, on top of
You
that,
can't-
like, dude,
we-
if you're just gonna
we- I-
advertise every stream you do, we're gonna have to start charging you.
Well, it's just
It's just a saga. It took us over everything.
And I do it while drinking a fine Coca-Cola.
G Fuel.
this is important because the kinds of games that we're playing is what led us to, I think, discovering like what was going on.
Okay, I think I see where this is going.
So you'll notice across multiple times we are playing games made by independent developers in which optimization passes
Yep,
have not
yep.
necessarily happened, right?
started-
So we're playing
yep.
a game called Total Chaos, which is a UE5 remake of a really cool-looking Doom mod that came out, that's been worked on for years, that's like done wild things with the original Doom engine, and we're playing that, and this is like an hour and a half into the stream, and this power supply starts beeping, and I want to whip something at the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this setup? I am losing my goddamn mind. And all of a sudden, like, I tell Kato, I'm like, all right, I guess you're gonna have to switch over to you playing a game. I'm gonna exit out of this. I don't know what's going on, and I'm like bitching about it as I walk through the game. And all of a sudden, Kato goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Walk into that room and stare at the ground. I'm like, okay. So I walk into this like dark room, stare at the ground. Kato, do you want to pick up the story from here?
I noticed as you're wandering around this UE5, kind of, it doesn't seem too graphically intensive, but it's more than the last stream we had done, which was Onimusha, right? A PS1 game.
Yeah.
No beeps during that stream. So we thought maybe the problem had been fixed. Now suddenly the beep has returned. I'm like, wait a second. Walk back into that room you were just in and look at that light. And it instantly...
Oh my gosh.
And I
was-
just turned to Patrick. I'm like, wait, What? How
Now,
much wattage?
Now, hold on. Before we get to the next part of this,
God.
I don't want Brad to die on the stream.
Listen,
Patrick, open the damn box.
I just started a new run,
I'm gonna
so
hold
I'm
on,
fine.
hold on, Kato. Before you say the next thing, I'm going to take my headphones off and just like not be present.
Okay. All right,
so
sounds
you
good.
keep telling the
yeah,
story. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
I've read Dostoevsky books that were shorter than this.
I just turned to Patrick and go, Patrick, what wattage UPS did you get?
What did he get?
300 watts. The
Nice.
smallest possible thing they sell.
That's not enough for a gaming PC.
I was like, you're easily drawing 600 off of like,
wow.
he had not just the streaming PC, which is, I mean, it's a Mac Mini, whatever, that's fine. It's not that much of a draw, but it was both the streaming Mac Mini and the gaming PC were on the ups.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
300. I was like, I don't think my personal computer has an 800 watt power supply in it.
Yeah.
It's probably overkill, but like that's just like what they come with sometimes.
I generate more electricity than that walking around the house in my socks.
Okay. So I started to suggest at the top of this, I was like, I wonder if there's like too much load on the power supply, but there's no way if it's one computer.
Yeah.
Because the reason I thought of that is because I run into the same problem on my UPS, but I have a 14900K with a 4090 in it on that thing and a server with 10 hard drives. So like that's what it takes me to overload my power supply. I just never dreamed
300,
that,
huh?
I never dreamed that the capacity was low enough.
I have to quick shout out to Alice Forever Cemetery gifting a tier 1 sub to 300 watts in our chat.
That's
I picked the what is it?
What is
APC
one of those
is
even
the
for?
yeah.
APC. If you APC is the highly recommended, like like there's a really good power supplies, and so
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed, but also I
my
can't.
desk at
I-
1500 watts.
Yeah, mine's also 1500 VA.
I have
which
a
is
300 watt one that powers my USB devices that I also keep on the UPS.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Look, you
know,
live and learn, right?
you can't answer the questions you don't know to ask. It was
True.
funny because when,
That's right.
when this came up, Rob was like, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, well, I didn't know that I had to think about that. I didn't buy it because I'm cheap. Normally that's the reason, is that I'm too cheap to pay for the more expensive stuff. Like I can get by. I was like,
yeah.
I didn't know I should get the nicer one. So then I bought the much nicer one.
Did you get a
Hold on, I gotta go to
1500
the-
watt one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, let they who have never bought the wrong thing by not looking closely enough at
Totally.
what
Yeah.
they were buying.
Well, but
first stone. We've
fun
all
thing,
done it.
The fun thing to me was that it's not just that like he didn't know to look for wattage. When I asked him, "What's the power supply in your computer use?" He's like, "The what?"
Well, like to be fair, the power supply when he's in a Mac Mini, right? Like I don't know what the power supply in that.
No,
thing is.
but like on the gaming computer was what I was asking because I was noticing
on like
it.
a PC build.
I was noticing
Okay.
it when the GPU was kicking into hard drive because something was a little poorly optimized or pulling more power.
What? Oh wait, sorry. Right, you had both of these on the UPS.
Yeah, yes.
The streaming machine and the gaming computer.
Yeah, but the Mac Mini pulls like it may as well not count. Like I actually
it is
looked
pretty
up
low.
like
It's
what
pretty
the
low.
Yeah.
what the
It
what
only
the, what
counts
the load
because
is.
of the other stuff that was going on.
I don't know. I genuinely think it's like it was just like the PC itself was
Yeah.
like too much
Look,
for the power supply.
I do think you're right. If you don't know that that's a thing that you have to consider, then like why would you ever consider it, right? Well, but the thing I would say, Patrick, to call you out is when you were shopping for it.
Yep.
Did you look at why some were like, this one's like $60? Why is this one $60 and this one's $4.99?
No.
Just like
I figured I'm spending $200. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Apparently
you're
not.
not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
Apparently not,
So
apparently.
I have two 1500 watt ones here for my computers because those video cards will suck up a ton of juice when you're playing. Yeah, man. Well, what'd you do with the little one?
I unplugged it. I'll put that upstairs and
Yeah.
that will for like the TV, like the main family room
Oh my
stuff.
God.
Like we do get like power blips in the neighborhood
Yeah.
with some regular frequency. So it's like, well, I can't return it, so I'll just have the TV and the Apple TV go on that, and that'll. And then we have
Patrick.
yes,
Patrick,
yes.
it's time for the next step.
What's the next step?
Whole house UPS.
Do you have your whole house on power supplies?
I don't, but no, you do it at the box. So you do it
at the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like a power wall, right?
My neighbor just did that. He waited for a sale over the holidays, where if you want to do this, if you wait till around any major holiday, the first things they dash by like $500 are like house powering power supplies, which are like some of the heaviest fucking things in the world.
They're so
And
heavy.
He has I think 2 of them. He has one tied up to like the breaker box, and then another dedicated to the furnace.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And
yeah.
I've watched him test both of them, where it's like turns off the electricity to the house at the breaker box, and then watches the power supply kick in to keep operating the furnace.
When
basically,
we
if
redo our
anything goes
basement-
right,
yeah. Yeah, well, I think we're gonna try and look into that. There are power wall, slightly smaller ones, Brad, but they're a little cheaper.
Okay.
For
Power wall's the
emergency.
Tesla one, right?
I think Powerwall is the Tesla one, so fuck that shit.
Right.
But but the slightly smaller ones for emergencies that click on, it's you just have to make sure they have instantaneous transfer. I have ones now that you can do, but they're not uninterrupted, which is a problem, right? They will click off and you have to transfer.
Yeah, if I ever get a house like that and solar are like the priority.
Yeah. So that's fun. That's a fun story, Patrick. You learned a little.
Yeah, I did. I learned
Yeah.
about electricity in so many different ways. I learned something along the way of making that.
That's
mistake.
right.
And it made for a great story and a great stream. And so,
twice.
if one can't turn their mistakes into content, then
That's right.
what am I doing here?
That ate up like a solid 20 minutes here, so good job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law used to say, if it's not a great time, it's a great story. So there you go. We used to have to, back in the day, when we used to bring lights around for interviews before there were all LED panels, we used to have to calculate the wattage that the lights would use for interviews and ask locations hey, we're going to be pulling this many watts. How many outlets do you have? What's the circuit? Because we'd show up and then pop breakers in places that, if you plug too many things into one outlet, they're all in the same breaker, they would pop.
Yeah.
So that was my first real introduction to be like, oh, okay, there's some science going on here. I can't just plug anything into anything else. Yeah, unfortunately.
Now you need to set up a nut server, Patrick.
That's right. Get your nut
What's a
server.
net server?
A nut server.
A nut server? What's a nut server?
You need a
Server
nut
full
server
of
so you can
porno?
manage your load.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
manage your load with the nut server.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying here, okay?
The snug,
keep it
the
going.
snug plug can
No.
help too. The snug plug can help too.
Yeah, put a snug plug into your nut server and really manage that load.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
You want to make sure you
serious,
have a good enough Raspberry Pi, or you could bust your nut. So
Yeah.
yeah.
that's right. Yeah, to be serious, nut is a thing that can monitor your UPS and tell the computers that are connected to it what to do based on the state of the battery.
I was being serious.
Wait,
I'm
tell it to do what?
So you shut down basically is I mean you can tell it to do anything, but the main thing is you can set it to be okay, tell all the computers connected to this to shut down when the battery's at 80% or whatever, and they'll do it. Yeah, it's cool.
Or gracefully shut down, right? Not just
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. We have a lot of like rolling like blips too, and so we do actually have a lot of UPSs in this house. We must have like 7, I think, attached to different computers and stuff.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. I'm bragging. I'm flexing. But the problem is you have to replace the batteries after a while. Like after a couple of years, you got to get a new battery for it.
Yeah.
Are they replaceable, or do you have to buy a new device?
They're replaceable, but like my understanding is like a new battery is almost as much as a new thing.
Almost. Yeah. You can buy off-brand ones that are a little less expensive. Like if you have an APC, you can get an APC compatible one that won't be just as much as the device. But they just won't hold a charge for a while.
Mine is like, I think mine just turned 5 years old. I probably need to check it.
Yeah. But welcome to the world. That's an exciting world.
Yeah. Like it's either I'll put it upstairs or maybe move like the networking equipment that is like mostly stored in this office on that one separately than like anything else. So,
like what I did,
tremendously. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, the fact that we discovered it by looking at a light in a video game.
Yes, it's amazing. I have mine. I don't know if this will inspire you to use yours for something different, but I have mine dedicated to the computer and the monitors, the 1500 watt one, and maybe some other like a hard drive dock or something. But then I use that little one that I think is like 300 watts for like my camera, my audio gear, and those kind of things. The switch I have connected to the all my devices here, the network switch, so that if one goes down, they're not both drawing from the same UPS, you know? So there are uses for those little ones. And you can keep streaming forever. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. We will
be
take
streaming.
A break?
Like, should I let the power went out stop me from streaming? No, I shouldn't.
Yeah, just go pull the plug right now. Let's see what happens.
What's going on in the world? I don't care. Got to keep streaming. Never stop making content.
No.
I always wonder because I've got all my network stuff on the UPS as well, but like how big a power outage can your internet survive, right? Like isn't the ISP stuff going to lose power at some point? Like there's got to be a box
level.
Yeah, there's got to be like a box on a utility pole outside or in the like under the street or something that's going to lose power and screw you anyway, right?
I would hope
no.
at some
So like
point
for example on
our
on our street commonly there's always a coin flip on like when the power goes out if it's on one side of the street or the other. Like it's very common for like if our power goes out, I'll look outside and everybody across the street is just fine because they're just on slightly different parts of the grid, but the internet's unaffected no matter which side of the street has gone out. So in theory, if I was to have a storm and that like my power went out, I haven't tested this, but in theory, like if my neighbor who I'm always texting about with this, like we're on the same Comcast. Like in theory, we're connected to the same Comcast stuff. And it's like my power went out. He still has internet. He still has power. If I had the power supply and was able to keep up the internet for a little while, in theory, my internet would still work. But I haven't tested that in practice.
Yeah, I have to imagine like in our town, a lot of the power outages are localized, and you know, like if there is something that is taking out my ISP and taking me out, I might stop streaming. I might be like, yo, look, like the firewall is approaching, or like the meteor has hit and the power's out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna finish the stream maybe tomorrow.
Have you had a transformer explode in your neighborhood?
My wife burned one once when it was sitting on top of my. It was actually a Gundam. It wasn't a transformer. It was like sitting on. It was like by a candle, but that wasn't an explosion.
Mm-hmm. That happened. That happened to the transformer my parents were on after the hurricane back home. Or actually, it didn't explode. It flooded out, but that's why it took 2 weeks to get power back.
Did you ever see freaking Ultra Magnus in the Transformers movie? That dude just goes to pieces. He's fucking gone. Robert Stack, I think. He's fucking forget about it. They put him back together though. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's loud though when a transformer
Yeah.
bursts, and it's happened twice near our house.
Yeah, they're super. They sound like the apocalypse.
Like one of them, I had to call into the police department. Like I heard it, went out, walked across around the block, and then just saw wires flapping all over. And how much heat that is generating, like it was fucking up the concrete. Like
Really?
sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Like it is.
So they were sparking and conducting. Those
Yeah.
wires?
Oh yeah. It was just spray.
Wow.
Like it just something in it burst and wires were just going everywhere. It like screwed up a huge part of the sidewalk, ruined
Jeez.
like giant parts of the lawn of the house right in front of.
Did
box.
did
Was there a
roadblock
glow?
show up to tell you not to jump your bike over it?
About
That's
like
wild,
about like 4 or 5 years ago in Queens, sometime during the pandemic, like one night we were just sitting at home and we looked outside and the entire sky had turned this eerie, like incandescent blue,
Oh yeah.
and everybody was losing their fucking minds, being like, "What is that?" And finally, we found out a power station was on fire.
Oh, I remember that.
God.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Some transformer in there had blown, and basically, like, there was just this eerie blue electric glow coming off of that fire. It was fucking creepy, man.
Yeah, it was wild. In the Ronin hack in our chat says the Astoria Borealis.
Yep, that's it. Someone just posted a photo in our Discord of it. This is what the sky looked like, and I'm in
It was
the neighborhood.
wild.
It was across the neighborhood from where I live, but that was the neighborhood I lived in, so
Yeah.
the whole area was just lit up like that.
I have to say, I mean, I think I made this comment at the time too. You're the like, oh yeah, power, some power station transformer explode is some Men in Black excuse shit for that
Yeah.
picture. That is some like
Totally.
swamp gas and the caught on fire. That is just
It's
alien
a
shit.
weather
happening.
balloon hit the Aurora Borealis. It's nothing to worry about.
That is somebody. What is the movie with Morgan Freeman where they make the like free energy? The
Chain reaction.
that is the end of chain
That's
reaction
the
happening. in the
Keanu
story.
Reeves, right?
Yeah, that's a Keanu
yeah.
Reeves Cold Fusion movie, not the Val Kilmer Cold Fusion movie. That's a totally different movie. That's The Saint.
So Chain Reaction has isn't there a whole big sequence on a lake on like a
Yes, a frozen lake.
So that frozen lake is Lake Geneva, which is a lake in Wisconsin that I spent a lot of time growing up around, and they shot. Keanu Reeves shot, and this is in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, like a little over the Illinois border, and he just was in the area for 2 weeks, and this movie was shot in the 90s, right? Late 90s,
96.
Chain Reaction, 96, and someone who I is a family friend, but someone I grew up with considering an aunt, and she was a bartender at one of the places that was you could walk to off of the water. Said, yeah, Keanu would come in and have a bowl of chili every day. I was is he as nice as everyone hopes he is? Oh, absolutely. As kind as could be for the couple of weeks he was in town. I was wow, okay, that's nice to hear.
That's pre-sad Keanu, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is still this
Okay.
is height of Keanu mania. This is 2 years after Speed Keanu.
But him having a bowl of
Pre-Matrix,
chili by
right?
himself is
Pre-Matrix.
is pretty sad.
I don't know.
Pre-Matrix Keanu.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
a bowl of chili is what makes me happy.
That is, you're
Whether I'm alone or
absolutely
not.
right. Yeah, I just imagine a sad Keanu over a bowl of chili, just just telling a story about turns out I bought 300 watt power juice Captain. I just needed more. I just needed more. Anyway,
Well, and
your chili's very good. This is my Keanu. Sorry, that's it.
No, I
The thing
follow.
about the power supply that was driving me nuts was that the cheaper one does. You ask like, well, what did the display say? Like there is no display on the cheaper one, so it's like all it could communicate to me was it can communicate colors: green, yellow, and red. Green, we're good. Yellow. Caution, like something's wrong. And I think red is like you're about to lose like this whole thing's about to shut down.
Got it.
So at least now I have one that has a
Display?
screen on it that can tell something.
Did you go with
about
APC?
Yes, I just paid a lot more for a better APC.
Yeah,
Did
you
go
know
with
me.
the XS 1500.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see which one I got.
Is it the tall vertical tower?
It is a tall vertical tower.
Okay.
Brad, what's been your max so far?
Today or ever?
Yeah, today.
597
Okay.
is like okay, but not exemplary.
I mean, an hour of Volgarr will do that to anyone.
Yeah. Guess the reserves were low. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes you just have the run, and next thing you know, you're at like 800. We'll see. There's no predicting it.
It is hypnotic.
Uh-huh.
The
Never
song,
gets old.
I was gonna say the song never gets old either.
No.
'Cause I've been bopping my head for like the whole time.
I wonder if did Stephen Cakebread do this music? I wonder. Oh, developer of this game.
Good question.
Are there credits?
Maybe it's now not the time to check.
Code and design, audio and sound design. Somebody else. There you go. Audio Antics did the music.
Okay.
Nice.
Now I need to look up audio antics.
It's a good antic.
Apparently, Audio Antics also did the Epcot music.
What?
Right?
Like Epcot, Disney Epcot?
Audio Antics, Epcot, the theme park audio archive. So I assume they must have done some music for Epcot Center.
Huh.
The city of the future.
Did you see Disney just put up some like vibes video on their YouTube of like 4 hours of the Epcot monorail or like the Disney World monorail?
Fuck off.
No.
Like just like out the window.
Oh my god.
No, Disney, you don't get to have vibes. I'm sorry. That's not allowed.
Extremely not a Disney person, but I kind of want to grab that video.
Did you find your model, Patrick? Left me hanging.
Shit.
Trying to find the receipt.
Oh, it's not that important. I thought it was like under your desk.
It's tucked away.
Got it.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the same one. I just was like, I pay whatever I don't want to hear that sound again. So just buy it. It'll
Make
probably
it
be one
go
of those
away.
things where it's like, I'd like to get more of like you. Like I'm not gonna like buy $5,000 worth of power supplies all at once.
Yes.
But like those things do go on sale with like regular reliability. So just feel like every time there's a sale, I'll just like pick up another one and start dropping them in around the house.
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing that winds up being a maintenance problem is you have to replace the batteries every couple of years. So. Or get that whole house one. You'll never have to worry about it. And then you just have to replace a $10,000 battery once in a while.
I should have asked mine. I can't remember. I used to at some point know the one that my neighbor got, but I mean it's so. I mean,
Jackery makes a whole house one now that I was looking at. I have a couple of Jackery things, but they're very expensive. My thing is, when we lost power here a couple of years ago for like a week, I had a generator, and what I learned was I really don't like running a generator. And I was like, "There's got." So I would much rather.
Are you just dumping gas into it?
It's just they're loud, they're noisy, they were a pain in the butt. Like it's good for an emergency, and like, but I would just much rather have a big old battery to plug stuff into. And now they make batteries that are big enough to run a certain amount of, the fridge, the furnace, and a couple of things on that. I don't have to run.
How
that
long is
generator.
that? How long are you gonna get out of that?
But it depends what you buy. What can I put you in today, Patrick Klepek?
One that is just like has like a full battery charge that it's gonna just go through. Can you get more than like 6 hours out of that?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I did is over the course of a couple of years, like you said, I waited for sales and I bought a system where I can have one running and I can be charging. I bought a couple of solar panels for it, and I can be charging over the course of a day. Hopefully, get back into a system there. And then I have the generator if I ever run out. I'm not looking to live off of them, but keep the fridge going, topped off and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like again, generators, pain in the butt. Storing gas, kind of a pain in the butt. Cycling gas, kind of a pain in the butt. Getting gas during a week of power. I mean, Brad just dealt with this very
Passing
recently.
gas?
Generators,
Yes. Like cycling, I think you said cycling the gas, like you can't leave
Cycling
gas sitting
gas.
in all. Yeah.
Yeah, stabilizing it, whole thing.
Oh no, actually I started to say 770, but I played it out a little longer, so it wasn't quite that high. I think I got to about 700.
It's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it looked like 697 was the last one.
Yeah.
Shifty Disco says, I've been tempted to try Jackery stuff, but I hear the solar panels take forever to charge. They do if you don't have, like, the bigger the battery, the longer they take. And Jackery stuff, like I said, is very expensive. It's kind of like Ubiquity. If you stay in their system, their stuff is, I think it's well designed, but it seems pricier than non-Jackery stuff. But if you get bigger solar panels and more of them, it takes less time to charge. But now you're spending $1,000 on solar panels to charge this thing. So it's like a trade-off. I just want to, like Brad had said, I just want to get solar panels on my house someday. When, if we ever have to redo the roof, we'll look into it. Which
I'm in the midst of losing a fight with my insurance company to get my roof replaced. Because I've set aside for the last 2 years while this insurance claim is played out with a contractor to see if I could get them to. Basically, my insurance company said, your roof is damaged from hail, but we think it's too old and that overrides your hail damage claim. So we're just
man.
going to honor it.
Oh, man.
Which sucks because my wife and I had the same thought. Was like, well, if we're setting aside money, like we took money, put it in a high yield savings account for like an estimate on the roof. It's like, all right, let's let that money generate while this claim works itself out. And if the insurance claim comes through, then we'll get solar panels because it'll feel like we saved money. But now it seems very unlikely that the claim's going to go through. And
I'm sorry,
we've had
man,
no
that
issues with the roof, but like it has to be replaced in like the next like year and change before I start getting like water damage. So it's like, okay, well I'm going to pay. We also like the way our roof comes over, like the tiles come over the front of the house as well. So you have to tack on another $4,000 to $5,000 to like cover the way the roof like curves around the house. So it's like
so expensive
$20,000 job. That's like, well, I'll see solar panels in 5 years when I revisit that question.
I think Jeff Backlar is in his solar powered panel journey, and I think that he got
him and I. We talked. We
good.
discussed. He reached out to me because I mentioned it on a podcast or something. He's like, "Hey, let's trade notes on insurance companies and solar." Because he was in the big question on solar is buy or lease, right? And in general, you should, if you can, you should buy. There are I have a neighbor that did lease their solar panels because they couldn't afford to buy, and the reason they did does make some sense because they couldn't afford to buy it outright and then make the money back through like selling solar credits or what you save on power consumption over 20 years, but they were able to lock in for it's like 10, 15, I forget how long, like a really long time, a rate that they're paying on a monthly basis. So they don't own the panels, and they don't get any of the solar, like selling the power back to the power company credits, but they are paying less per month at a guaranteed rate that I think rises a bit with inflation, like year to year. But for many, many, many years, that will be cheaper than the average cost they are paying the electric company right now. And so for them, it was like, well, I don't own the solar panels, but I'm about to save like $50 a month in perpetuity. Why not get the solar panels? So they ended up doing it and leasing it because they were going to just like save on their monthly bills as a result. Whereas a different neighbor was like, I don't want to screw with that. I'm just going to buy it and put them on. And they went the other route.
I'm hoping, like, again, we want to do it. Our roof is fairly new. We had to redo it when we bought the house. So, you know, we're hoping to get some pretty good mileage out of it. So I'm hoping by the time we do it, solar panels are a little cheaper and there's a more solar-friendly, let's say, administration in power that might not just get rid of all the tax credits for solar panels. Because one of my fears too is like, I know as soon as I put a panel on my house, some breakthrough is going to happen and be like 40 more, efficiency panels just are discovered. And be like, God damn it! I just put these up. It's like buying it's like. It used to be like PC upgrades, right? Like there's never a good time to get PC upgrades. Now, I don't feel that way anymore because I feel like doing PC upgrades now, the returns are so diminishing on a lot of stuff. It's not like you went from, 15 frames a second to 60 frames a second on a game. You'll go from like, you were getting an okay 60, but you could be getting 65. Did you get one of those 5,000 cards, Patrick?
No, I have a 4080 in my machine, and
you're probably good for a bit.
All of the monitors that I play on regularly, I sort of purposely bought them at 1440p. It was like, well, that'll just cap what I can output at anyway. I don't need 4K at the
100%.
distance that I'm at, and also, frankly, most of the games I play these days that are on a PC, I'm using Moonlight to my Steam Deck. So I don't I've played a bunch of Avowed either through GeForce Now or through Moonlight, and it's like I'll have it render at 1440 on my PC and then sends that to the Steam Deck, and it looks fucking amazing. Like, I don't need it to look better than this. I feel like once you broach the 4K, once you broach the 4K barrier, you're going to be annoyed that you can't run everything at that. So I just leave it at 1440p and be happy.
Yep, I'm all in on 1440 as well for monitors.
Loser resolution for losers.
I'm
still 1080. I'm very happy.
That's what
here.
Rob would.
my
Rob's
God,
acting.
what?
That's what Rob would say. If Rob was here. Rob is 4K.
Dork ass resolution.
I saw somewhere on the internet recently that Rob made some sick purchase, but I don't know what they did not say what it was. Did he buy something?
I mean, where do you want to begin?
Was it speakers?
Vinny?
No, it was new gaming. I saw new gaming PC stuff for him.
Okay.
Yes. Rob did buy a new pre-built gaming PC, partially born out of a worry over the tariffs was going to like jack up the prices on everything. So tried to get ahead of it a little bit.
I swear it's been like a year and a half since the last time he bought a computer.
Yeah, I mean, the way he explained it was for his wife, which is like I don't even, is it? I don't know. Are you just using this as an explanation?
100%.
But no, the 4080. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm CPU bound. Like that's the thing. If I need to probably upgrade. At some point
on the monitor
next year.
that res, you totally are.
Yeah.
Patrick, are you a build your own PC person? Do you buy pre-built stuff? Pre-built?
No. Pre-built.
That's why
Well,
he didn't
enjoy
know what the power supply was in his
Yeah,
computer.
exactly. 100%. How does one end up not understanding how a power supply works? I like built one decades ago and was like, all right, I did that. I think I'm good. But also when the most recent one that I bought was 3 years ago, and it was cheaper to. This was like when it was crypto and supply chains were really squeezing the graphics cards, and so I remember I consulted with Brad over this. I sent Brad my Costco PC
Right.
that I was thinking of buying. I was like, does this seem like this is generically enough for somebody that is like just wants to kind of turn it on? And Brad said, yes, this seems more than adequate for what you're trying to do. But also that was like an era where I had friends that were building their own PCs, but then buying pre-built PCs because it was cheaper to get graphics cards and other parts through the pre-packaged machine, and then would take stuff out and then maybe repurpose the rest of that PC for something else, for like a Plex server or something. But it's like, I want the graphics card to go into my main PC.
Yeah.
Right, so to buy the pre-built PC, take out the graphics card, maybe take the old graphics card, put that in the pre-built PC, and then turn it into a, like I said, a Plex server or something like that.
I wonder if is that maybe people in the chat know, is that the case now where I know parts and cards are tough to get? Are pre-built PCs available to get with video cards? The market feels like it never recovered in the video card market post crypto.
It got better for a little while, and now it's really bad again.
Okay.
Like the 40 series was like pretty obtainable, but like the current the 50s and like the new AMD cards are a little better, but barely.
Okay. Are those new AMD cards pretty good? The
Kind
new
of.
announced ones? Okay.
Yes, for the price, absolutely. But the thing is, AMD like literally just chose not to compete with NVIDIA anymore. Like they flat out
Oh,
said
so
it.
it's just a different direction?
Yeah, so they don't have a high-end card that can, like, they have nothing that comes close to a 5080 or let alone a 5090.
Interesting.
But their new flagship card is about a 5070, like kind of plus or minus, and it's like
Okay.
it's way cheaper and way more like plentiful in the supply chain or in the retail channel. So like
Good for
AMD's
them.
kind of having AMD's like having a moment right now. Like it's the most excited I've seen people about AMD cards in a very long time.
I saw that the reviews said that they've, like, also part of the reason they've, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but like they've lagged behind because their DLSS equivalent has been not nearly as good,
Yes.
and the jump with these cards has like, it's respectable. Like I think I saw Digital
Totally.
Foundry being like, it's pretty good now.
Yeah, that's FSR4 is their DLSS
Right.
4 competitor. Well, yeah, it's like that's better. Their ray tracing is way better. Even their video, like the onboard video encoder, is like pretty close to NVIDIA's now. Like they kind of just like improved on every front. It's pretty nice to see. And like even
I
new
can
Intel
imagine
cards are really good. Like
If you were chasing,
sorry,
like,
go ahead.
if you were happy with 1440p,
Yeah.
and their DLS, the equivalent is pretty good, I could imagine that being a pretty attractive prospect to just like, I can just
Totally.
click add to cart and buy this, and like it'll be good enough as opposed to
And it's-
like the high end chase.
Yeah, and it's $600 MSRP for a card that's like roughly a 5070 Ti.
Oh, wow.
It's-
Okay.
It's
Oh my
yeah,
God.
so people are pretty stoked. And like I said, the Intel graphics cards are really good now too for like 1080, like 1080p tier for like $250 for
Oh,
a
wow.
good 1080p Intel card.
That's me.
So like there's like finally good GPU competition like up and down the scale now.
Vinny, are you just sticking to 1080p to like bottleneck yourself so you don't have to make a bunch of other like if you were to have slightly nicer monitors, then the consequences are you purchasing so many other things to catch up to like a higher resolution?
No, I do it for two reasons really. One is we still stream at 1080p, so
Sure.
all our stuff. So I try to just keep it in the ecosystem of 1080p, so then I don't have to worry about is this resolution matching? Is this doing something funny? The other thing is I have 4 monitors set up, and so like I don't want to have one running on 4K, one running at a different resolution, and again for a similar thing of like, okay, this is pushing out a signal here. I have enough problems with stuff that's like, is it in the right limited space or full range color stuff? I don't even want to deal with resolution things. So I'm happy. I do a lot of, kind of like you, I do a lot of Moonlight over to my TV in the living room. And so I play a lot of games there. And for some weird reason, this monitor I got is a 1080p monitor, but it can show up as a 4K monitor, but it doesn't do 4K. So when I use Moonlight, I can push out to my 4K TV without having to do anything else. And it's like, yeah, you want to do it in 4K? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Let's go. And HDR, and it'll be like, and turn HDR on. So if I turn HDR on in this monitor, even though it registers as HDR, it looks like garbage. And if 4K is on, it's not really, I don't know. They sell a 4K version of this. I'm just imagining everything is the same except the panels or something on it. It's a gigabyte monitor that I got that was like, 1080p monitors are like $100. And so I just, for work and for what I do here, 1080 is fine for me. And I play a lot of stuff on my TV. Moonlight's great.
It really is. I'm shocked at how much I can. It's almost one of those things where like Avowed was the first time I got it running on my Steam Deck, and I have Moonlight also running on my Steam Deck. So and I have a dock for my Steam Deck now, so like that's just how Moonlight or GeForce Now pipe into my TV. Like that's, I'm like pulling it through Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck is shooting it to the TV, and then I've got like, an Xbox controller Bluetooth to the Steam Deck, and that's how I interface with everything. And I'm sure if I was to like switch inputs and I could see what it looks like HDMI to the TV or what I'm doing through Moonlight, I'm sure I could notice, but I don't ever want to know because I'm happy.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm happy. Like it looks good enough. Like it looks.
Does yours work? So are you playing from the Windows store, or did you get it on Steam for that version you're playing over on?
I got a review copy, so it was on the Xbox store. So I'm like booting into the, like PC's desktop, like opening the Xbox app. I guess I could probably make a link to that through Steam, like like you can create a non-game application shortcut. But you can just hold like on
Moonlight.
In Moonlight with a controller, you can just hold a button and like use it as a mouse cursor to get into what you need to, and so that's what I've done.
If you want, I'm not going to really pitch it here, but you should maybe look in. If you're a big Moonlight person, Play Night is a library that'll, if you sign into your accounts through Play Night, will put everything in one interface, and then you open Play Night through Moonlight, and it'll bring in all your Windows Store, your Epic Games Store, your Steam Store, your Ubisoft stuff. I use it. Moonlight Play Night combo is pretty killer. It turns HDR on and off. I really like it. Nice box art.
Well, can you get it when you launch Moonlight to just have it launch straight in to Play Night, or do you still have to like? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you know how Moonlight shows up with like different things like Steam, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
oh,
one
so
that
then you just pick
as,
Play Night as the thing that it goes into. Shit.
And it's got like a big picture mode that is really nice. So you can use a controller. Yeah. It's pretty good.
This is good. Wow, I'm doing.
And if you sign into the services in Play Night, and I'm not really promoting it here in a way that is, I don't know the security of everything. They say it's fine. It'll automatically add new games to Play Night when you get them through other services.
Excellent.
Pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right.
But I did have I was going to ask you, because I had a problem with Avowed in Moonlight, and it wasn't picking up my controller. I had to figure out exactly what was going on there. Usually things work seamlessly, like it just automatically works, the controller works. I was having a little bit of an issue, so I'll have to figure out what was happening there. Sometimes I have issues if I leave Steam running on the computer or something like that, so I'll have to figure it out.
I've had some issues where I feel like I just have to flush everything. It's like, all right, we just need to restart everything.
Reboot
and then
the computer,
yeah. Well, fellas, I need to get out of here in a second to go take a child to gymnastics class.
Well, I just died anyways.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, Brad, it was a wonderful competition.
Yes, congratulations.
I'm glad I won, and then I also released you. So I mean,
True.
who's to
We're
say
all
that
winners today.
both didn't win? But this has been a lot of fun. I hope we can come up with another reason to do something like this again. We'll have to get our heads together and figure out some other. I like the fact that you like playing hard games. I like playing hard games.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if we can come up with something, maybe something fresh that neither of us has played before. If people have suggestions, feel free to write into to either of us and let us know what might make sense, because we'll try to keep this going, because this has been a lot of fun. What's happening at Nextlander this week?
Oh, what's not happening at Nextlander this week? We've got the Watchcast is going on with our Dystopian Cities month. We have Brazil, I believe, up on the Patreon on Friday, I think we're doing this on Friday. On Tuesday, we did our Lost Records Bloom and Rage. You should check that out if you want to see a bunch of people. Abby was there too, kind of lose the magic on Lost Records.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Brad, Will Smith, and I have been playing Void Crew. So if you want to see the best Void Crew gang in the business, you should check out that stream.
Yeah, I started to suggest would maybe a 6-player Void Crew stream with you guys sometime, but we'll see.
Ooh. What is Void? What's the short pitch on Void Crew?
Give him the
Kind
log
of like the first person FTL. It's like a spaceship game. It's a first person game where you're on a spaceship and you've got all these different systems that everybody has to work together to manage and not die because it's super hard. It's pretty awesome.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, we'll that sounds fun and a way to frustrate everyone. So I think that sounds like a good idea. Let's see. Our remap. Yesterday we had the Wheel of GeForce Now, which took us from Split Fiction to Rugby 20. There's thousands of games on GeForce Now, and some of them are rugby. And I don't say I learned how to play rugby, but I played a rugby game.
You learned that you don't
hour.
want to have hands in the rock. And you can't.
In the rock, yeah.
You can't jackal.
You don't want to have hands in the rock. Don't jackal.
Never jackal.
Never jackal.
I never do.
Jackal. Never
Not
jackal.
on stream.
And we have a new episode.
Not for free.
New episode of Remap Radio up where you can hear about Rob buying yet another gaming PC and one's excuses for such a thing. So thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll get together again under Void Crew or something else, but have a good weekend. And Nextlander crew, thanks for doing this with us.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Happy to do it.
Peace.